I wanted to start the year just connecting a bit with you all. It's been 10 years since I first uploaded a YouTube video, and it has been the wildest journey that I've ever been on. And I just wanted to take a moment, talk a little bit about my future plans here with the channel, what I'm gonna do this year, and I hope you wanna support what I'm doing in 2025. But before I talk about my plans for 2025, here's a recap of where we've been. In 2015, I randomly started uploading YouTube videos, and let me be honest, I was terrible at it.
Welcome to my second video log here from my vacation. So here's my mobile setup. So here's where I'm sitting. I have a very comfortable little pillow here.
But there was at least a little bit more beats in BoBeats. In 2015, I even made a couple of reviews, but let me be honest, they were really bad. In 2016, I made a life-changing decision. I picked up a Novation circuit, and that kicked off this wild synth journey that I've been on ever since. Even though I couldn't even pronounce circuit back then.
This is a little preview of the Novation circuit.
In 2017, I made a lot of the mini-log content that I'm actually known for, and it has been one of my favorite synths ever since. I still use it quite a lot. 2017 was also the year that my synth addiction worsened and I got into eurorack. And in 2018, we got another little noisemaker in the house. 2019 was the year that everything started to take off, and it was actually, in hindsight, a really good year. In 2019, I got to travel a lot. I went to Thomann Synth Reactor, I went to Superbooth for the first time, I went to a Native Instruments event, and it was really inspiring to meet my fellow creatives. But as my channel grew, I also got a lot more toxic comments, hateful comments, and even harassment at times. And honestly, it was quite difficult to cope with. And the reason why I haven't spoken much about this publicly is because I feel like I'm in such a privileged position. And there's just so many people who have it far worse. In 2020, I took a leap of faith and I quit my job as a therapist and university teacher. And unlike many people, I actually didn't work from home. I moved out of the house with my studio and built a pro studio. Maybe you can relate. The last 4 years has just flown by. Maybe it's the pandemic, I don't know. And during these years, we bought our first house. I closed down my big studio and built a new studio at the house. And yeah, this is where we are. During my 10 years here on YouTube, I've made a ton of different videos, different kinds of videos, but the main thing I've been making is synth reviews, sometimes studio monitors, sometimes mixers, but for the most part, it's been focused on instruments, and that is not gonna change. The focus of the channel in 2025 will continue to be synth reviews, demonstrations, tutorials, the stuff that you are used to seeing. And to be honest, I'm still surprised that so many of you show up to hear this rambling Swede talk about new pieces of gear.
We play the synthesizer in Sweden.
Cool kids! But yeah, I'm here for it, and I'm here first and foremost to serve you all, because without you all, there would be no BoBeats channel. I couldn't be doing this full time. But yeah, I just want to keep making the videos that you all want to see. But something I don't want to lose track of is my own voice. I feel that sometimes when you make synth reviews, they get very technical, and I want to focus a lot more this year on my own voice and what I think and what I have to say. So you might see me tackle some more difficult subjects, but I promise it will be synth and music related. I won't turn the channel into something else suddenly. terms of synth reviews, what can you expect? Well, I have the TO5. It's actually one of my new favorite synths actually. I also have the Torso S4 sampler. It's been a very complicated piece of gear to review. Normally when I get a new piece of gear, I don't wait that long to review it, but this has been one of those rare instances because it's a great instrument, but it's not quite done yet. So yeah, you might see a review of that. And I had to run into the studio to quickly show you something. It's the steam pipe from America Synths, so I'm really looking forward to testing this one out. And this just arrived and I had to show you it immediately. It's something I'm quite excited about testing. So I think it was about a year ago that this was announced, and I am very excited to see what it's like. Okay, so I was worried there for a second. There was something rattling around in it, but it was just this. So it's an affordable battery-powered drone synth, and if you want to see a more in-depth video about it, let me know in the comments. Now let's continue the conversation outside. And in terms of other content, there are so many different videos that I want to make. I want to make more comparison videos, comparing different samplers, different synths. It's just easier to understand like the value of a synth when you compare it to another synth. So that's something I want to do. I'm definitely going to Superboot this year. It's just a great synth event.
It's really hard to know what Superboot is if you haven't been here. It's a music festival, it's like a community event. It's also a place where manufacturers showcase their gear, but the actual people who make the gear are here. You can ask them questions. And it's all located in this beautiful park in the outskirts of Berlin.
And if you're going, don't miss the fan meetup. We have it every year. It's such a good time. So I have so much content that I want to make, and time and energy are the limiting factors. I also want to get across that making niche, in-depth synth content on YouTube, it is a struggle because YouTube doesn't really promote it that much. As a synth YouTuber, you're in this constant fight for space against not other synth videos, but cooking videos, Minecraft videos, all of this short form content, drama videos, react videos. So you all watching the videos, liking them, commenting, being a part of the community, sharing them with friends is super helpful. And I think that any synth YouTuber can attest for this, how hard it is to cut through all of the noise on social media. One thing I really need your feedback on is Summer of Synths. I've been doing it for about, I think, 4 years now, and it's been fun, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I need something new here. I'm thinking of doing more in-person studio tours of people's synth setups and synth studios. Maybe that's an angle. You let me know. And since we're on the subject of what I'm gonna review, I thought I'd just address the fact that I'm not doing a ton of eurorack reviews right now. And it's not because I've quit eurorack or I think it's a bad format or, you can't make music with it, which you obviously can. It's a tool, just like any other instrument. And if you don't believe that, go check out Ludwig Göransson, who makes the music for Mandalorian, for example. So why won't we see that many new eurorack reviews here on the channel? Well, you might, if there's something that really catches my eye and that I think is interesting to a large group of you. Honestly, I've felt a little bit exhausted trying to cover everything. Last year I made fewer videos than I usually did. I think I did 31 videos. Normally I think it's around 50 videos, one each week or something. And one reason was that I wanted to focus on the quality of the videos and picking the right gear and the right topics rather than covering everything. And I'm still just one person doing everything here on the channel. Everything from getting a hold of the gear to testing it, to writing scripts, to shooting everything, video editing, releasing videos, all the work that goes around it, which is quite a bit more work than some of you might think. I felt a little overextended. Like Bilbo says, too little butter on too much bread. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it tight, focused, and not overextend. And for those of you wondering how things are going with my health, well, it's steadily improving. I don't want to jinx it, it's still not great all the time. I still have severe abdominal pains, but I do, as you can see, exercise a lot more. I just came back from a gym workout. I do about 3 to 4 workouts a week. I do actually Greco-Roman wrestling, which I used to do when I was younger, when I was more fit, but it's been very fun. I'm doing that with my son 2 times a week, so that's very intense. And then I do about 2 sessions at the gym every week. So health-wise, definitely going in the right direction. I also want to briefly touch on something that's been bothering me for a while, and that is the increased levels of toxicity online. I think that the toxicity that exists in the synth community, it exists in every community out there. It's just a reflection of the toxicity online in general and kind of the general state of the world, if you will. And I just want to get across that I think we have something special here in the synth and music tech online community, and that is something to bond over that transcends politics, that transcends the state of the world in a way. It's a space where we can all come together and share our enjoyment of something. We don't even have to listen to the same kind of music. I know, for example, the music I listen to isn't the music that most of you listen to. And that's fine, because we share a love and excitement for synths and music tech. And that's special. And I think we should be careful not to ruin that. I think we should really try hard to treat one another with respect. We don't have to agree about everything, but we can still be respectful. And we should really try hard not to let the synth community devolve into this drama-infested toxic waste where no one's happy, where comment sections are just filled with personal attacks and hate and toxicity. And you and I, all of us, we are part of it. And I think we should just try. Because otherwise we just run the risk of poisoning the community well, so to speak, for everyone. And suddenly it's impossible to have a good time here. So what I'm saying is that I want to keep things constructive, not just positive. We don't need, just positivity. Oh, everything's great. There's no problems. But keep things constructive, and that we relate to one another as human beings, with respect, with dignity, with a level of decency. And honestly, I think we need to work on it, because the world is in a bad state, and therefore the internet is in a much worse state than it usually is. So if we don't want this to affect everything we're doing here in the synth community, we need to work on it. So I think that was pretty much everything I wanted to share in today's video. And if you like what I do on YouTube, please support it over on patreon.com/BoBeats. It's the best way to support what I do. And if you can't, you can always like the videos, you can share them with a friend, or just leave a comment. Everything helps. And as always, hope to see you in the next video.